afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range, scared or have like. I'm afraid of like talking to people.
I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like. I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range.
But those with the lowest IQ. I hate to say this.
That was a pivotal moment for me because, again, misinforming the audience is not something I have any interest in. For me, again, misinforming the audience is not something I have any interest in.
I hate to say this, really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Or had like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I'm afraid of talking to people who are outside of my race because
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like, I'm afraid
but those
of like
with the lowest IQ,
who are outside of my range. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range.
The lowest IQ.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or have like,
really,
I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range.
Those with the
I'm not gonna
lowest
lie.
IQ, those with the
Sometimes
lowest
I'm a
IQ,
little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my range
with the
because
lowest IQ.
that was a pivotal moment for me because again, misinforming the audience is not something I have any interest in.
Hello? Is this thing on? Is it? Does anyone know? Oh shit, it is on. Oh fuck. Alright, I gotta get all fancy. I gotta dress up. Is this on? Hello? Is that Oh, everybody hold the phone. Maxie, get the fuck over here. Max, you're famous. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Max. Max. Look at this dog. Look at the dog. Look at it. Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Can anyone see this? Okay, Hello? Is it on? So I'd like to let everyone know, I only slept for 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I am tired as fuck right now. So I'm drinking coffee to like mitigate the disaster. But I stayed up until like 4 o'clock playing Fallout New Vegas because I'm a gamer. Where are the gamers at? Any gamers out there? And now I'm paying the price. So, and now you're paying the price. I'm responsible for what's happening. But anyway, I should also say I posted some more Doom runs. Where are the Doomers at? Huh? I am very close to being monetized. I just need about 100 more watch hours on my Doom channel. So feel free to watch a video or two and help me get monetized. It's a free way to give me. I get money and use like, I mean, look at. I mean, whoa, right? Like, so I get money, but like. But you don't give me money, but I just get it. It just comes, like, it just grows out of the tree or so, like, whoa, right? So, go ahead and watch, like, a video or two. Or watch the longest video if you want. I mean, back me up. I need about 100 more watch hours on my Doom channel. So, I got a can of seltzer here. that was sitting on my desk for about like 8 hours. All right. But this is the Above It All program, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the weekend. I enjoyed the weekend. Just kidding. I didn't enjoy the weekend. Well, I mean, it was okay. I should say I will not be here on Friday. I'm just going to say that now in case I forget later. I'm dealing with a bunch of bullshit in my personal life. And, you know, maybe I'll tell the story when it's over. But needless to say, I'm dealing with a bunch of bullshit. It's requiring me to leave the house. And, for all of you that know or don't know, I don't leave the house. You know, we're in, year 4 of a COVID pandemic. But, I'm being forced to leave the house because, some people in my family are. Woo! And I gotta intervene. So, I'm gonna be risking my life. And, I'm honestly I'm very scared about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time I've gone anywhere in like 2 years, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty scared. But I'm gonna have to not be here on Friday, so thought I'd let everyone know that in case I forget later. I also want to say this. This is not I noticed that there's a lot of refugees in my chat, moderator refugees, but we don't accept moderators here. This is an anarchist program. There's no mods. If someone talks shit, I ban their ass, okay? So, just throwing that one out there. To all the refugees. I have also never gotten COVID, if that's what you're saying, Roller Dragon, me either. According to statistics, about like 98% of Americans have gotten COVID. I am still one of the lucky 2%. And now my family is going to try to kill me, so, but I'm doing everything I can here. I'm bringing air purifiers. I'm bringing I'm going to wear 7 face masks. Fuck it. I'm going to get like one of those gas masks like you see in Fallout New Vegas. So, that's where I'm going. But, anyway, I guess this is a news show. One thing on my news show that we do sometimes is we cover the news. Has anyone ever heard of this? Has anyone... Okay, yo, check this out. So there's news, right? So what is that, right? What is the news? Well, there's like stories that happen. Like people write these stories and then I read them and then I make money. Right? So, I guess we'll do the news show, right? Like, I don't know. All right. So, I know I have a lot of new viewers in my chat, people that may not be familiar with my program. Because, you know, I'm getting all over the place on the internet, I suppose. So there's a bunch of new viewers here. And these new viewers, again, you may not be familiar with the kind of program that I do. This is not one of those kind of programs that your mother and father would watch. Your mother and father, they would go like this if you were watching this program, right? And why is that? Well, on this program, there is one segment that I do, that we do, if you will, the royal we. We all collectively own this segment here. And this segment is Officer Down, everybody. So we have a 20-year-old facing multiple charges in police officer death. I believe this is in Vermont. We got another dead cop in Vermont, so let's check it out. What's going on? What happened? Multiple charges are filed against a 20-year-old man who led Rutland City Police on a deadly high-speed chase Friday afternoon. The Rutland County State's Attorney is charging Tate Remy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry, 20 with gross negligent operation with death resulting and attempting to elude with death resulting. Yo, what the fuck? Like, I know that this is like legal speak, but like, what? Like, okay, with gross negligent operation with death resulting in attempting to elude with death like, is that legal speak or is this like a chat GPT program? Like, what the fuck? Okay, hold your fucking, okay, with gross, okay, so the charges are with gross negligent operation, with death resulting, and attempting to elude with death. Okay, so those are legal terms. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry, I only slept 3 hours. All right. Vermont State Police say, Jessica Abelhausen, 19 of Ira, responded to a call of a home break-in at around 2:50 p.m. 250 this motherfucker. 2:50 p.m. at a home on East Washington Street. They found Raoul at the scene, and once police arrived, he took off in his pickup truck, prompting a nearly 2-mile pursuit. So, I just have to say, once again, it sounds like a skill issue involved here. First of all, you had the motherfucker, right? And you let him get in a car? What? What? I mean, okay, so you let him get in a car, and then you chase him for 2 miles? What? I mean, like, again, cops are not the brightest bunch. You let someone get in a car, you know what you do? You fucking call your buddies and say, hey, go over here. Here's the fucking plate. You don't chase them down like it's fucking Grand Theft Auto. What happened to tasers, man? What happened to guns? I mean, hey, we love guns. We love cops killing people, right? Why didn't the cop just shoot them? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing this out there. Hey, the cop's dead now. I'm not complaining, but hey, you know, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. Rutland City Police say Abelhausen began her career with the department in May. Yo, imagine this. Okay, imagine this. Like, okay, check this out. All right, everyone, hold the phone, okay? Everyone calm down for a second. So, it's July 10. It's July 10, okay? Right? And so, let's imagine you're 19 years old, right? How old were you in 2020, right? When cops were on TV every day killing black people, right? And getting away with it. You know, you're like in your formative years, 15, 16 years old, right? So during your formative years, you see police brutality run amok in this country, and you're thinking, you know what I'm going to do with my life? I'm going to become a cop. Right? Okay, sure. So you become a cop, and in May, and not even 2 months later, you're dead. I mean, I'm just like, yo. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I don't, you know,
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So, I just want, again, everything else notwithstanding, I mean, that's a pretty funny story there. So, I don't really care about the rest of this. They're doing a little fucking, oh, we're so sad, dead cop. I mean, yeah, sure. I say this. It gives a whole new definition to suicide by cop. So anyway, there you go. Yo, fuck. I'm on too many drugs to do this show, man. Alright. Oh. Alright, everybody. We're going through the fucking greatest hits here. I'm almost done with my first cup of coffee, so I might need to pause before I get to the juicy stuff. Because don't worry, guys. There's juicy stuff, okay, motherfucker? We got Dumb Bitch Hour coming up in like 45 minutes, alright? So just hold the motherfucking phone, okay? Anyway. So, when you think of the term, you know, it's a legal term, hate crime, right? Like, what comes to mind, right? You know, like, you know, if you're the average American, what comes to mind when you hear a hate crime is some random black person just said, I'm gonna kill you, whitey, and then, like, jumps at them with a knife and tries to kill someone. That's when most people imagine in their mind hate crime, that's what the average American's gonna think, right? But what's a real hate crime? Well, a real hate crime, let's say, becoming a police officer. That's a hate crime, hey. What's a real hate crime? I don't know. Killing someone because of their race. That's a real hate crime. But you know what's not a hate crime? Like, on the list of things that are hate crimes, and we have a list of things that are not hate crimes, you know what is firmly in the not a hate crime category? Hate crime arrest made in statue vandalism at North Buffalo Church. Now, I will admit, I haven't read the full article yet, so, hey, I'm open to it. Maybe it's a hate crime. What was the vandalism? Did this guy spray paint the N-word on the statue? Like, I'm just curious, where is the hate crime present? Because if the hate crime is against Christianity, then cry me a fucking river, okay? Buffalo police have arrested a man they suspected of knocking down a statue of the Virgin Mary in front of St. Rose of Lima, a Roman Catholic. This motherfucker knocked down a statue. That's not a hate crime. Okay, I'm just solidly speaking, legally speaking, morally speaking, not a hate crime. I'm sorry. You ever see Family Feud? All right. Right, just imagine the red X, okay? I'm not that, I can't actually do that on, maybe I should actually. But, this is not a hate crime, okay? I'm sorry. No, not a hate crime. Police said they lodged the hate crime charge against Michael Manns, 40 of Buffalo, after an investigation determined that the church was specifically targeted. Yo. The incident was reported to police at 8:45 p.m. at June 29 after an investigation. Now, I just want to say this much. If you're going to go knock down a dumb Jesus statue, the Virgin Mary, whatever. Yo, these motherfuckers, like, so we have a character who literally gets pregnant and gives birth, and yet that bitch's name is the Virgin Mary. Like, but okay. I'm sorry, man. If you're going to knock down a fucking statue of Jesus or the Virgin, whatever the fuck, like, I don't know, wear a mask or some shit. Like, don't get so easily caught, my man. Like, I mean, you're doing a public service for crying out loud, right? Like, that you don't want to fucking ruin that shit going to jail for a hate crime, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? A video camera outside the church at 500 Parker Avenue captured the incident. In the recording, a man walks up to the statue in broad daylight and proceeds to push and pull it until he knocks it off its pedestal and pushes it on to the property. He then walked away from the scene. Post on Facebook displays the video of an incident and notes that the statue has been put back up on the pedestal outside the church. The statue and the stone shelf it sits on were damaged, causing thousands of dollars in repairs. Yo, based. So anyway, it makes me... Okay, look at this. Who's Spears? I don't know, man. I don't care. The incident has badly shaken our quiet community. Yo, I just gotta say this. Christians are the most whiny, uppity little fuck-face freaks in the history of fucked up freaks, okay? I'm telling you, motherfuckers live in a theocracy. You are controlling the motherfucking government. You don't pay taxes, motherfucker, and you're still gonna act like this, man. Okay. The incident has badly shaken our quiet community in North Buffalo. Spears, a former St. Rose of Lima vice president. Oh, this is the former vice president. Yo, come on, man. Come on. It makes me feel very anxious and fearful for the safety of Catholic Christianers, both in the area, the state, and nationwide. Ah! Dear heavens! The Catholic Christianers! Ah! Right, so anyway, I just want to say, solidly not a hate crime. I'm on this guy's side. Let him go. He did nothing wrong. Maybe he did something wrong, okay? I'm willing to admit maybe he did something wrong. He got caught, alright? So, there you go. He did something wrong. But, outside of that, I don't know, man. Case closed. Definitely not a hate crime. So, anyway. That said, anything that gets the Catholics, feeling anxiety, I'm all for. So, fuck them. Woo! Alright. God damn. Oh, fuck my fucking face. Fuck my fucking face. I'm gonna take like a 30-second break and get some more coffee. Just fucking bear with me here, okay? Just fucking hold the goddamn phone. Just for a second. That's all I'm asking you, okay, motherfuckers? Just give me 30 seconds. Fuck. bullshit. Alright, everybody. I've returned. Ugh! I gotta get up and get ready for work. Yo. Oh my god. Just, alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Call your boss, alright? And put me on the phone. Alright, I got you. I'm gonna get you out of work, alright? Call your boss, put me on the phone. Just tell him I'm far away, so there's like a little bit of a delay. But, I got you. I will back you up, okay? I will be your doctor. You've got a medical emergency that requires you to watch my stream. And I'm prescribing you exactly one stream. And, you know, it's fast acting. You'll be back tomorrow. Hell, maybe you'll even be back later today. Anyway, I guess I should pop that back up. Alright, everybody, yesterday, for those of you that don't know, I am an alchemist. I perform alchemy, I practice alchemy, if you will. It's a practice of mine. And last night I made a drink of some kind. It is a drink. I put it in the fridge because I couldn't finish it. But this is a drink, and I'm going to consume this drink. I got some foil here. Right now, I'm going to consume some of this drink. So I don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it, but I do know what's in it. But I'm not telling you because it's just a drink. So. Ow. Can't even taste a thing. All right. Let's enjoy the show, everybody. Let's enjoy the show. So we got like more news, right? We're doing more news. So, there you go. We got Brian Grigsby, who's replying to something I said like 5,000 years ago. I never got it either, but I've gotten 4 vaccinations and rub hand sanitizer on my entire face, especially in the nose, inner lips, and eyes. You rub hand sanitizer on your eyes? I would not do that, but everything else I endorse. So, welcome to the program, Brian. I covered the drink, but not, well, you know, I put this shit in the fridge, you know? Who knows what's in the fridge, you know? And also, you know, sometimes you open and close the fridge and it shakes, you know what I mean? You know what a fridge is. You know how fridges work. Maybe you don't. I'm not sure. All right. I also got some more coffee, so I got 2 things here. Actually, and I also still have this can of salt. I got 3 drinks. Everybody? I got 3 drinks. I'm juggling them. In fact, hold up. More alchemy live on stream. Yeah. Alright. You know. If I start acting a little wonky in like 45 minutes, just bear with me. Alright, so, viewers of mine, new and old alike, sometimes find themselves wondering, why do I hate police so much? Why? Like, what? You know, man, like, just chill. Like, they're just here to, like, protect and serve, you know what I mean? Well, why do I hate police so much? Well, first of all, cops have personally harassed me, but even if that weren't the case, right? Even if I were, like you know, an upstanding citizen who has not had to deal with police because of my rampant criminal behavior, but I would also not like cops because I read the news, right? And when you read the news, you kind of learn, cops are some fucked up bitches, right? So let's check this out. Deadly traffic stop. 2 killed after passenger pulls gun on Amarillo police. Yo. Not, okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're all gonna learn a lesson, okay? Well, we're all gonna learn a lesson here, and that is what the fuck is going on with local news. Deadly traffic stop, 2 killed after passenger pulls gun on Amarillo police. So 2 are killed, and the police are involved. Are the cops there to rescue people's day and save them from danger? No. The cops are the danger. Like that bald guy in the TV show, right? So let me get this straight. So they pull someone over, and then next thing you know, 2 people are dead. Now, you might be saying, but they pulled a gun, man. Okay, show me the tape. Don't cops wear body cameras, like, for this exact purpose? Right? Like, isn't this why cops wear body cameras? So they can record someone pulling a gun on them and then kill them and then defend themselves in court, saying, I had to defend myself? Right? So, like, okay, they pulled a gun. Show me the tape. So, I mean, you know, I think it was recently, I'm not sure exactly the date, but I think it was also recently the anniversary, correct me if I'm wrong, of the police killing of Philando Castile. Someone who was asked by the police, right, do you have any guns? They said, yes, I do. I am a licensed, you know, here's my gun permit. I have a gun right here. And then they got shot and killed, right? So we know that this is a thing. We know cops kill people, legal gun owners, for no reason, right? So I say this. Where's the tape? Where's the proof? I mean, hey, all we know, right, is that we have cops involved, a notorious gang full of criminals and liars and rapists, and we have 2 bodies, dead people. So we have gangsters who love to murder and rape, and then we have dead people. I don't know, man. It seems like a 1-to-1 there. And again, these rapists and gangsters, they wear cameras, right? For what purpose? What is the purpose? Well, I'll tell you why they wear cameras. And this is something I know a little bit about from personal experience dealing with protests and organizing. They wear cameras because they like snuff films. That's why. Literally, that's all it is. It is a legal snuff film. If you don't know what a snuff film is, watch the movie 8mm starring Nicolas Cage. That's a banger, all right? The reason why they have body cameras is because they like to record themselves killing people and then they watch it. This is stuff that I heard when I was participating in protests about police brutality and police murders a couple of years ago, is we got a little bit of a tip that they had the tape. They watched it several times before releasing it to the public, right? Why would they do that? Why would they, maybe over a couple of beers, have a little fun? Now, hey, am I going to tell you every cop loves snuff films? Yeah, actually, I am going to tell you that. But again, let's read this. Around 8:20 p.m., police stopped a blue Mazda 3 near Northeast 9th Avenue and Grand Street. The license plate on the Mazda 3 did not match the vehicle. Alright, since there were 3 people in the car, officers were called to assist. Okay. Well, now notice, by the way, how there's like no information, and they're not even bothering to like write this in normal sentences. They're just writing like whatever the fuck the cop said. They're just writing it as a matter of fact, right? While speaking with the backseat passenger, police said he got out and pointed a pistol at officers. The officers fired and hit the man. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The front seat passenger was also hit by the gunfire. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. The officers were not injured. Homicide detectives are investigating. Like, notice, like, this is not, like, who wrote this fucking shit? Like, ChatGPT, man? What the fuck? But, notice, police said he got out and pointed the pistol. So this motherfucker gets out of the car, and you still shoot into the car and kill someone? Now, again, what do we know? Police are a gang of criminals and rapists. I assume some are good people. Just kidding, actually. They're all criminals and rapists. Right? And they have a proclivity for murder and violent behavior. And the next thing you know, we have 2 dead bodies. I don't know, man. You tell me. You tell me. And hey, maybe they'll release the video. Maybe they'll show us, oh, we had to. But maybe not. Oh. So, anyway, fuck them. There you go. His brakes failed. Retro boomer, I can't with this shit, man. All right, everybody. So this one has been circling the rounds. Everybody, listen up. Okay? I consider myself an anybody but Biden voter for the Democratic primary. I will vote for anyone but Biden. Now, that's right, we're talking about the primary here, folks. Put your seatbelt on, okay? I know. This joke of a fucking system we have. Anyway, that said, I mean, who's the competition? We got RFK, who's like a QAnon fuckface, who doesn't believe in science. And we got Marianne Williamson, who, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? When she announced her campaign, I said I would vote for her. But I've been looking at her campaign, and it's like, it's she's shifting to the right, you know? Like, she starts off in one spot, and then she's shifting to the right to try to appeal to RFK Jr. voters, which to me is indicative that she has no idea what the fuck she's doing, right? Marianne is not really, I don't know, using her platform as a presidential primary opponent that effectively, right? So I'm just saying, I'm probably not going to vote for Marianne. You know, again, I was flirting with possibly doing it, but I'm telling you, I am a Gonzo the Great voter. That's right. You know, the guy from space. Yeah, legally can't become president, but we'll see about that. Gonzo the Great, everybody. So I just want to announce that real quick. But that's my opinion. Those are my biases. Now let's get into the topic at hand. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, so we have this clip from Pod Save America. Now, again, the reason why I'm covering this is because a bunch of people are saying AOC sold out. She sold out. So let's see. Does AOC sell out? We have 1 minute and 8 seconds here. Does AOC sell out? Let's watch.
So president's only primary opponents are Marianne Williamson and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Haven't been any rumors about anyone else even thinking about jumping in. Will you be supporting Joe Biden for re-election?
I believe given that field, yes. I think...
Now, we can go into more of our answer here, and I will in a moment. But I just want to say, her answer, and this is the reason why I wanted to cover this, because it's funny.
Election?
I believe given that field, yes.
Yo. I mean, again, she's just like, she's telling it how it is. Like, I'm open to voting for anyone but Biden, but really? I mean, Marianne and fucking RFK, that's the best you got? I mean, fucking really? You know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying. So again, is AOC a sellout? On this one, I'm going to say no. Now, she might be a sellout. You know, we can have, that's a broader discussion. But I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, I get it. I understand the idea. Vote for Marianne because she's the left-wing, like, avatar, whatever. You don't agree with everything she says. But it's like, I mean, I need more from Marianne. She needs to be doing more than this COVID denialistic, like, anti-science garbage pivot that she's been doing over the last couple of weeks. That's, I'm sorry, that's what had me dropped, right? And, again, let's be honest here, right? No one's, like, Biden's gonna win that shit. Like, unless Biden dies, right? And that's a different situation. But unless Biden dies, he's gonna win that shit. And it's fucking sad. It's depressing. But also, think about it. The best we have, so Bernie 2020, right, is the peak of, like, left-wing electoralism in this country. And then 3 years later, the best we got out of that whole thing, all of that culminated in Marianne Williamson. I mean, I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, now let's see what else she has to say.
I think he's done quite well, given the limitations that we have.
I just want to say I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. So I'm just saying.
I do think that there are ebbs and flows, as there are in any presidency. There are areas that I think were quite strong when he came right out of the gate with the American Rescue Plan. And of course, the Inflation Reduction Act was a massive step in terms of.
Now, I just got to be honest with you. AOC is talking some bullshit right now, man. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, the idea that Joe Biden's doing shit on climate, like, I'm sorry. You know it's not real. You know she's lying. She knows she's lying. She knows that we know she's lying. That said, she's buttering up Biden. Why? Because there's no alternative. Now, I'm sorry, Marianne, like her or hate her, there's no alternative. Right? I'm just saying. There is no alternative to Joe Biden. So what is she going to do? Go out there and say, yeah, Joe Biden, I'll endorse him, but yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah, fuck you, Joe. What is she going to go on Pod Save America and say, yeah, Joe Biden, I'm endorsing you for fucking president, but fuck you. Like, she's not going to say that. Right? Why would she say that? Because there's no movement. Now, again, I need everyone to understand here, right? There is no left-wing movement in this country. There is none. It's gone. If it did exist, and I'm skeptical of whether or not it did exist or if it was an illusion, grand gaslighting campaign, right? But as of this moment, there is no left-wing movement. And if you want to pretend that Marianne Williamson is the avatar of, like, a dying corpse, right? Soon-to-be corpse, rotting away. You ever see Reanimator? Check it out. Anyway, if you're going to assume that if that's the left that we've got to deal with, I'm sorry, it's a big fat fail. Like, I'm just letting you know, right? So again, AOC, what is she gonna do? She's gonna go on Pod Save America and say the truth? No, she's not gonna do that. She's gonna butter up Biden. She's gonna fucking make liberals like her, right? She's gonna do that. Why? Because there is no left. There is no left. Why would she appeal to a group that doesn't exist? You know, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm telling you what's real. I'm telling you the real world. Why would she go out there and virtue signal to a group that is non-existent? That has 0 voters. Like, I'm sorry. There is no such thing as the left anymore. There's just scattered individualistic groups that all do their own things and infight with each other, organizations that discriminate against disabled people, and then you have other organizations that do all this kind of stupid bullshit, right? Now, there are some individual organizations that are left-wing, absolutely, but as a collective electoral movement, it's not real. There is none, right? And that's just the world that we live in. So let's keep going.
Our climate agenda. But, there are also areas that I think could have gone better. We have major structural issues in this country, and I think it starts with the United States Senate. And I think that until we have senators that are willing to stand up and stare the filibuster in the eye and stare a lot of structural issues about the Senate and the United States Senate.
So, okay, yeah, she's just trying to, like, now again, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I get it. People hate this bitch. I like AOC. Hey, cancel me if you want. I'm sorry. I know. Fucking someone, okay. I like her, okay? I'm not gonna lie to her, to you. I mean, she does not watch my video, so, I mean, I couldn't lie to her. But I like her. I think she's okay, right? But this is the thing. I need you to understand. She is going on a liberal podcast, and she's appealing to a liberal base. So, of course, she's gonna fucking gaslight us on what Joe Biden has done. I'm just saying. Right? Now, from a philosophy perspective, from a I'm right, you're wrong perspective, yeah, she's saying a bunch of bullshit. Obviously. It's like, everything she said about Joe Biden is pretty much a fluffed up bullshit campaign. That said, right, she can either virtue signal to, a block of voters that exists, or virtue signal to a bunch of people that are like a bunch of crybabies on the internet who don't vote, right? So I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you, right? If I'm AOC and my options are appeal to do virtue signaling to a bunch of people who don't vote and then lose my election and then nothing happens and we're back to square zero, or appeal to the boomer libs and maybe gaslight a little bit just, to fit in, because that's what liberals do. They love to gaslight. I don't know, man. I'm telling you. And again, this is the biggest part about it, okay?
I believe given that field, yes.
And that's the giveaway. I want you all to take away with this one, because, again, you're seeing a lot of these people. The AOC derangement syndrome industrial complex here on YouTube is running away with this one. But, again, given that field, and what is the field? What do we have? Marianne Williamson. Now, again, I just want to say, okay, if Marianne, I'm willing to vote for her if she does a good job in the campaign. Right now, I'm a Gonzo the Great voter. But if Marianne starts going back to the left instead of pivoting to this anti-science COVID denialistic garbage she's doing for RFK Jr. voters, which, again, no one's voting for RFK based on that. They're voting for him because of his name, right? You know, right? So I'm open to it. I'm not holding my hands out, right? But again, the biggest giveaway here is that there is no left-wing movement in this country, and there really is no left-wing candidate. And if you're going to tell me it's Marianne Williamson, I got a couple questions. And it's not about the spiritualism, woo-woo, wah-wah, wee-bah that the media talks about. Personally, I think that that's the coolest part of her, if you ask me. I think the spiritual, I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm not going to lie. Like, you know, mainstream media, when they say the word spiritual in a country where 80% of people believe in Jesus, I don't know, man. It's a little strange. But, that's the coolest part of her. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the shit that I want. If she were to emphasize that, hey, I'm all in. Instead, she's pivoting to the right. So, hey, I'm just throwing that out there. Gonzo the Great 2024. Now, I just want to say this. My alchemist brew is affecting my psychological well-being. So just bear with me. If I noticed that I started like going into like a little bit of a circular loop, you know, just so I apologize if we get into loops. This is something I do. We're very close to dumb bitch hour, everybody. I like that she's spiritual and not religious. I say that as someone who identifies as religious. Well, I will tell you, one of my missions on this show is I want to have a 100% anti-theist audience. So, you know, just throwing that out there. I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from. But anyway, we got some more shit here. Alright, okay. Alright. Oh, I'm not kicking anybody. No, I'm not kicking anyone. It's about ideas and debate. It's about the battlefield. You know, the battlefield. I prefer the war zone of ideas. Fuck this battlefield shit. You ever see these cocksuckers? Oh, the battlefield. Fuck the battlefield. I want to go into the fucking nuclear winter. You know, of ideas. That's where we're going. Anyway, on my show, I like to, and this has been something relatively new, but I'm just running with it until I get bored of it. But on my show, I like to cut it into two distinct halves. The news half, and then what we all like to call dumb bitch hour, right? This has been, you know, I'm just having a little fun with it. But, you know, you ever find yourself, it's like 10:52, you know, we're almost getting to dumb bitch hour, you know, like, but it's like one more news story will kind of leak into dumb bitch hour, so we need a transitional piece. And I present to you former President of the United States, Barack Obama. So, Barack Obama decided to go on his podcast and say some dumb-ass, crazy-ass shit. Let's watch.
Malia comes to me. She says, you know what? She's 24. All our friends. Sometimes we talk about climate change and we just feel like there is no way we're going to be able to solve this. We're looking at the science. It feels as if we're on a trajectory that we're going to sail past this 2 degrees centigrade benchmark, where after that, potentially things are getting cataclysmic. And so I'll be honest.
Nah, I just want to say, notice this. You know, things are potentially cataclysmic. Potentially. Potentially. Now, again, I just want to say, before we get too far into this, man, oh man, imagine being, like, Barack Obama's kid, right? You grow up in the White House, right? And then you become an adult, and then you realize your dad is a fucking insane psychopathic freak who basically, was an architect of the destruction of this country. Let's be honest. Barack Obama, one of the worst presidents we've ever had. Right? But it's like, oh, fuck, that's my dad, though. And he's also so rich and powerful. So, like, imagine, like, the cognitive dissonance, right? Like, going on with the kids. Like, they claim to care about climate change, right? And yet, their dad is, like, one of the architects of the destruction of our world in the climate, right? He did nothing about climate for how many years? What was he president? How many terms was it? Right? And then, now, that's a whole separate story. But then, you got motherfucking Barack. By the way, he is a junior. Did you know this? Barack Jr. Did you know that? In 2010, fun fact, in 2010, in the United States of America, the White House was occupied by two juniors. Juniors. Barack Obama Jr. and Joe Biden Jr. What the fuck, man? I don't know. That's just some trivia for you. But that's a whole sidestep. So we got Barack Obama Jr., right, going out there on his podcast to say, like, this, like, why would you say, like, on so many levels, I just have to be wondering why he's going out on a podcast and saying this shit. Like, does he really believe that people are going to buy this? And, I mean, probably, right? But, like, why would he say that?
Honest with you, Dad, a lot of my friends, they just feel as if, what's the point? Because the world's burning, and there's nothing I can do.
Now, again, now I just want to say this. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I forget his kid's name that we're talking about. I don't really know anything about his family, to be honest with you. But okay, imagine you're the former president's child, and you're saying there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. You're the daughter of the former president of the United States, and you feel that there's nothing you can do. I don't know, start a podcast, right? Like, I don't know, become an activist. I don't know, maybe, join a protest, get arrested for the cause. Like, imagine this, Barack Obama Jr.'s kid gets arrested at, like, fucking oil, protest, right? But instead, she's just gonna have a philosophical, daddy, what do we do about climate change, right? Like, bullshit. So I'm just saying, okay? Now, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they are getting arrested for the cause. I don't know. I haven't seen it, okay? I'm just throwing that out there.
And I said to her, well, she asked me, what should I say to them?
Right.
And what I said to her is, look, we may not be able to cap temperature rise to 2 degrees centigrade. But here's the thing, if we work really hard, we may be able to cap it at 2.5.
Only the
Instead of
really, I hate to
Or
say
3.
this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Yo. This is your brain on neoliberalism, man. I mean, I'm telling you. Like, this is your brain on capitalism. Like, when you believe in capitalism, when you believe in liberalism, this is what happens to you. You become this motherfucker. Like, now, the idea that it's like, oh, well, we'll be able to do 2.5 instead of 3. Like, now, I don't think he understands what climate change is, right? The reason why we have, right, what we refer to as like a point of no return, okay? Or, a benchmark for potential, in his mind, potential cataclysmic events, is because when the climate changes at a certain point, it's a domino effect think of it as a house of cards, right? 2 versus 3 centigrade, like, overall heat rise. Like, either way, the house of cards is collapsing, right? You know what and it's like, this guy doesn't even and first of all, like, the point of no return benchmark that people talk about, I personally feel like there's a lot of copium involved with that. There's a lot of like, oh, don't worry, guys, it's a little bit further. Don't worry, guys. I personally believe we're already fucked. I personally believe there's nothing we can do at this point. We're fucked. Right, but also, I'm not the daughter of the former president of the United States, right? So that's a whole different story. But, like, this dumb motherfucker is like, don't worry, guys, 2.5 better than 3. Like, okay, 2.5, what is 2. Like, that looks like the Middle East is completely uninhabitable. Vast amounts of Africa completely uninhabitable. Right, the water supply, drinkable, you know, pure water is going to be hard to come by, right? But it's better than 3. I mean, like,
instead of 3.5. That extra centigrade.
Did this motherfucker say
3.5. That extra
Yo.
instead of 3. Or 3 instead of 3.5. That extra centigrade, that might mean the difference between whether Bangladesh is underwater.
Right.
It might make the difference as to whether, 100 million people have to migrate,
Right.
or only a few.
Right. In these
And what is a few? Like, this motherfucker, we have 100 million and a few. What is a few? Well, if you look up the definition of few is 3. So either we have 100 million refugees or 3.
incremental changes
That matters.
Yeah, I see what you're
It
saying.
makes a difference.
Sure.
And
it's
to be
worth
able,
fighting for, and
it's worth fighting
and you
for.
can't descend into nihilism and not try to save those.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, this whole podcast is nihilism. Like, this motherfucker, like, now talk about dumbest bitches of the dumbest bitches in the history of dumb bitches, okay? This fucking guy, I mean, this guy just looks dumb. Like, I've never seen him before. I don't even know his name. This guy just looks dumb, okay? I'm telling you, like, just look at his face. He's got, like, a 30 IQ, okay? I'm just telling you that right now as a matter of fact, okay? I'm just, you know, I'm a seer. I can see the shit. Okay. So this 30 IQ dumb fuck shit for brains Neanderthal, right, is trying to tell us, don't descend into nihilism, man. When talking to the former president, whose entire fucking administration, when it comes to climate change, was nihilism. That was Obama's track record on climate change, was nihilism. He did nothing. He did fucking nothing. He did nothing, motherfucker. I'm telling you this, okay? He did fucking nothing. That's nihilism! So this motherfucker who did nothing, the nihilist in chief, is gonna come up on his fucking shit show and tell us not to be nihilist. Give me a goddamn break.
Yes,
100, 200, 300 million people. It matters.
that's a lot of
I
people.
agree with it. Yeah, that's a
And with that being said, everyone, we have very smoothly and gracefully transitioned into Dumb Bitch Hour, featuring Barack Jr. Y'all motherfuckers, that is not Mehdi Hassan. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, I got a racist ass chat right now, y'all mother. That is not Mehdi Hassan, you racist fucks. What the fuck is the matter with you? Oh my god, Jesus Christ, I'm embarrassed. Where are those TYT mods at? We gotta fucking clean this shit up, man. Comedian Hassan Minaj. I don't know who that is, and they seem like a dumb motherfucker. I'm telling you that right now. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I don't watch cable, you know? I don't keep up. Oh, he's a comedian? Do I look like I watch comedians, motherfucker? I don't need to watch comedians. I'm so naturally funny, I don't need to watch anyone else, okay? So I'm just throwing that one out there. So recently, there's this YouTube channel. I think they call themselves like some like news network. I'm not sure what their claim is. But there is a YouTube channel that does have multi-millions of subscribers. And they love to peddle conspiracy theories about minority groups. Whether they be homeless people, whether they be disabled people, whether they be transgender people, whether they be black people, whatever it is, they love to peddle conspiracy theories about minority groups, right? And personally, not a fan. All right, I just don't like that. That's not my thing. Now, some people are insistent that because they also support like universal health care. Now again, support universal health care. They also downplay and deny the COVID virus and pretend the pandemic's over, right? But hey, they support universal health. So people tell me these guys are left wing. That's what they tell me. That's what I'm being told, right? That's what I have people coming in. They're swarming into my comment section. I'm sure someone is going to type this up in the comments to this video. They're doing it right now. They're like, oh my God, right? But I got a question for you. How many times are you going to fall for the same scam before you learn a thing or two? Now, I'm just saying this, right? We've all fallen for scams, right? Maybe you went into the 7-Eleven and it said buy 2, get 1 50% off, and you were only going to buy, I don't know, 0 or 1, and then you end up buying 3, right? We all fall for scams, right? It happens. Maybe, you thought that Hillary Clinton was kind of a piece of shit, so you voted for the Green Party, right? Hey, it happens. We've all been there at some point of our lives, whether they be the Ralph Nader voters in chat or the Jill Stein voter. We've all done it at some point, right? We all make mistakes. But the question is, how many scams are you going to fall for before you go, wait a second? And with that, I ask you, where have we seen this before? This is a Fox News article. Where have we seen this before? I'm just curious. Like, Tulsi Gabbard come to mind, Jimmy Dore, maybe, Dave Rubin, possibly, Tim Pool. Like, how many times are we going to see people who claim to be liberals, people who claim to be progressives or leftists, and just say a bunch of right-wing garbage? How many, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I'm telling you, like, I only need to see this shit one time, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's how it works. And yet motherfuckers are gonna be like, oh, no, not Anna, no, not Anna, no. I mean, Anna's been listening to a fucking conversion therapy advocate for 1 year and considers him a trustworthy news source, but not her. No, it would never be her. And I gotta ask you a question. How dumb are you, dumb motherfucker? Like, I know, right? I understand, right? That when someone gets millions of followers, they attract a lot of dumb bitches, okay? I don't have millions of followers, and I got some dumb bitches in my chat. I get it, okay? But I'm just like, I'm trying to figure this one out here, right? If you've been following TYT, you would know this same exact scam from the Dave Rubin and Jimmy Dore era. You would know that, and yet then you're going to fall for the same scam. I'm just curious, right? I'm just like... So, let's read. This is a Fox News article. Now, of course, this is peddled with misinformation. Though, I should say, actually, disinformation is a more accurate term. Progressive journalist breaks with the left. Once puberty bucklers can cause irreparable harm to children. The Young Turks host Anna Kasparian warned that journalists risk cancellation for reporting on transgender issues. I like scratched my nose here. You see this? Maybe I have like a pimple on my nose? I don't know, but my nose is sore. Hate when that happens. Anna Kasparian, a co-host of the progressive The Young Turks show. Now again, I just want to be honest with you. Right? This is the same shit that happens when Tim Pool goes out there and says, man, I'm a liberal. Yo, I'm like a fucking, like, I'm a liberal, bro. Like, fuck. I'm like a liberal from, like, way back, man. I've been a liberal longer than you've been alive, my brother. I'm a liberal. Right? And then people just, like, who don't know Tim Pool will read arguments online and read news that say, liberal journalist, or liberal podcast. Right? And it's like, this is how disinformation works. The idea that Anna Kasparian is a progressive, I mean, that's a joke. Now, she is, in my opinion, a conservative liberal. She is a socially conservative liberal capitalist. That would be my identification of Anna Kasparian. A socially conservative liberal capitalist, right? What does that mean? She hates minorities, right? She doesn't like them. But she wants liberal capitalism. So she wants, you know, some tweaks around the healthcare. She wants maybe a climate change action or two, right? Maybe some police reform, not defunding, but reform. You know, maybe give them some more money, train some better officers, right? She is a socially conservative, liberal capitalist. But when you're on Fox News, that's a progressive, right? Anyone to the left of Hillary Clinton is a progressive. They're a progressive. Slammed her fellow liberals. I love this, fellow liberals. Like, first of all, like, Fox News boomer speak, they still think that liberal and conservative is a dichotomy. They haven't, like, understood that there's, like, a difference between a liberal and a leftist. That still hasn't happened. But again, like, this is all writing to gaslight you into thinking the left is eating itself, bro. When it's not. It's a right-winger who is grifting for attention and money and fame. That's not the left eating itself. That's just a right-wing grifter selling snake oil on television. Like, there's no, like, what? You know what I mean? Now, I have no problem discussing how the left eats itself, but that's not what's happening here. Like, you know, the left eating itself would be, like, people at a protest, like, having an argument about what chant they want to yell. You know, do we want to yell, fuck the police, or do we want to yell something, like, that's left infighting. That's the left eating itself, right? Some grifter television host saying a bunch of right-wing shit for multiple years straight. I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Kasparian appeared on a recent episode of the Lilo and Stitch show on YouTube, where she denounced the transgender politics and cancel culture embraced by much of the modern American left. I just want to say this. So the Lilo and Stitch show, they reached out to me last week, and they invited me on their program, right? And yesterday, I don't know which one, I guess the Adam guy sends me a message saying, we're going to have to change the date on your appearance. Now, hey, I'm not here to fucking be a little bitch, right? But this guy apparently says, oh, we're going to change the date. I ask, all right, what date works best for you? No response. No response. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there, you know. So the disinvitation process is already starting, right? So I'm just throwing that out there. Is this a conspiracy? Yes. I am conspiring. She talked about the phenomenon of, quote, attacks on straight news journalists who are doing their jobs. Now, who are straight news journalists? Now, maybe she means straight news, as in, you know, news for the straights. You know, maybe. Right, that's possible. Or maybe she means real, like as in serious, as in like actually doing their jobs kind of news. But who is she referring to? Jesse Singal, the same motherfucker who advocates for conversion therapy. This guy says that we should send kids to conversion therapy instead of giving them life-saving medical treatment. I'm just saying, I'm just being like, that's straight news? I'm just wondering, right? The whole point is to intimidate journalists from doing accurate reporting on what's actually occurring on the ground. As if Anna Kasparian's ever done that in her life. She then spoke specifically about journalists like Jesse Singal facing punishment after reporting on what some of the risks could be when it comes to transitioning literal kids with puberty blockers. Now, punishment. What is the punishment? Like, when you think punishment, what are we thinking? You get the cone head, you know, you sit in the corner. Like, punishment, right? Like, you get, like, you wear that sign, right? You know, like in Die Hard 3, except, you know, not that kind of sign, but it says, like, I stole something, or I am a shoplifter, or I ran a red light and you have to stand in the corner. Like, I'm just like, when we think of punishment, right, I'm just like, what are we thinking about? Are we thinking like, oh, sorry, you know, no soup for you, like, just get out of here? Like, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about someone getting criticized on the internet. That's what punishment means. Hey, you said something that's wrong. Here's the actual fact of the matter. Goodbye. That's punishment. That's straight out of, like, fucking goddamn Lenin's playbook. Right? Punishment. Like, I'm just like, we're talking about like, what is the word punishment? I'm just going to look up the definition of this real quick, just for maximum clarity. So the dictionary definition of punishment: the infliction or imposition of a penalty as retribution for an offense. And what is the penalty? Hey, I disagree. Hey, you're wrong. Hey, you messed up. That's punishment. Like, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, man? Talk about snowflakes. Holy shit. Kasparian declared, quote, "It is a lie that puberty blockers are reversible. In some cases they are not, and they can cause irreparable harm." Now, the whole point of puberty blockers is, like literally the entire point of the drug is that it is reversible. That's the entire point. What was the drug designed for? People that undergo precocious puberty. What that means is they'll start puberty at like age 7, 8, right? And they get put on a drug that stops it, delays it, so that their body can actually grow properly. Because if you have precocious puberty, it can cause some developmental issues. The whole point of the drug is that it's reversible. That's the whole point. Right? That's the entire point. Really, like, now again, but that being said, if you're 9 years old and you go on a puberty blocker for 15 or 20 years, and then you're 29 years old and you never went through puberty, yeah, that's going to cause problems, right? But guess what? No one's doing that. So when these motherfuckers are going out there saying, oh, it can cause irreparable harm, yeah, if someone's on a puberty blocker from age 9 until 64, yeah, maybe it could cause an issue or 2 or 3 or 10, right? Maybe they wouldn't even make it to 64. But the point of the puberty blockers, right, is that it allows you to delay puberty for a year, maybe 2, right, and then decide whether or not you want to start hormone therapy. That's the point. Okay? That is the idea. And yes, the whole point of hormone therapy is that it is irreversible. I'm sorry. If that triggers you, like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. Going through puberty is irreversible. That's what puberty is, you dumb bitch. Like, right, so again, it's a conflation of, like, a bunch of different drugs and, like, the non-consulting of any trans person or any medical person whatsoever. They just don't give a shit. Now, am I canceling someone for saying, hey, you lied on mainstream television? Is that a cancellation? Hey, you lied. Actually, what you said is not true. And then this motherfucker is going to go, oh, I've been punished. Really? She then said that a major point is that, quote, withholding the information because you don't like the information getting out there ain't the way to go. Because that destroys any opportunity for us to actually have a good faith debate about what we should do moving forward. What are the pros and cons? Now, again, this all comes from someone who hosts a show that gets millions of views a month, according to them. I have not verified those numbers. They could be lying. So she hosts a show that gets millions of views a month, that they have had transgender employees at the show that constantly asked, can we have an on-air conversation? Here's all the studies. Here's the study that says this. Here's the fact. Here's the research. Anna ignored them. Right? I'm just saying, like, I hate when motherfuckers go out there and say, we're not allowed to have this good faith conversation when they have a multi-million viewer platform and people have been begging them to have an on-air conversation and they've just been, Cenk and Anna, right? They've just been constantly refusing. They refuse to have any on-air discussion about it at all. And then they turn around and say, they're canceling me. They won't even have a conversation. They won't even talk to me. The same motherfuckers that are begging you to come on the show to clear up the misinformation, disinformation that you're peddling, are all of a sudden they're afraid of you? Like, I'm just like, again, I need you to understand she is lying, okay? And that's the part about it that really, like, is the crux of it. One, she's dumb. She's just got a low IQ. She's not smart. She's stupid, right? She's illiterate in a lot of ways. And two, she's a liar. That's it. That's it. She knows what she's saying isn't true. She knows people have asked and offered to debate her. She knows, and she chooses to lie anyway. Why? Because she's doing a fucking pivot. She's doing a whole media tour, a cringe tour, if you will. Kasparian has spoken out about gender ideology recently. In March, she scorched inclusive language and warned, please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, a person with who menstruates. How do people now realizing how degrading this is? Yo. I'm telling you, if you can't see it, you're dumber than dog shit, man. If you can't see what's happening here, maybe you'll see the next one, right? Like, I don't know. What's this, like, if you can't see how obvious this is, what? On the YouTube show, she related a recent incident where a black commentator in a debate called her racist for rejecting terms like birthing person. That's not what happened. So who we're referring to is Olaimi Olorin of the leftist mafia, basically calling her a racist for other reasons, which are accurate. But, like, the idea that someone would call someone a racist for not liking the term birthing person, that never happened. That didn't happen. Now, again, of course, you would look at this and there's no source cited. What is this, right? What did you click on birthing person, right? What is that? Let's click on the source here. What the fuck is this autoplay bullshit? Right, so what is the source here? Progressive journalist, blah, blah, blah. Now, where's the source that someone was called racist? Right? Oh. I can't see where being called racist for being against birthing person was uttered. Now, she is racist, and she was called a racist, but it was not because she rejected a term birthing. But that's not why, again, words matter. English is a language that has rules. You know what I mean? Well, let's keep going. Kasparian added that when she called the activist out for making such an... Yo, this fucking AI articles, man. Kasparian added that when she called the activist out for making such an attack, the activist then said something along the lines of, you're attacking me and only me because I'm black. Now, I love how it says along the lines of, but then also still uses quotes. Like, the whole point of quotes, really, I mean, journalistically, is that it's a quote. You know what I mean? Like, but, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's a lie, right? It's not true. Like, this is just made up bullshit. Right? And, yeah, it is interesting that Anna Kasparian is continuing to lie about Ole from the leftist mafia. Now, to give Anna some credit, she's also lying about Lance as well from the leftist mafia. But, hey, you know, she recently started that. That's her response to being accused of racism is, oh, I'm going to attack the white guy too. So anyway, just note that, by the way, because fanboys are going to bring that up. But it's like, you note there's no sources, right? They're not going to actually link what Ole said. They're not going to link the show. They're not going to do that. Why? Because obviously then the lie wouldn't work. Quote, No, you're the only one in the group of people who attacked me and accused me of being racist because I personally want to be called a woman. She recalled saying. I love this. She recalled saying. And also, again, that's a lie. No one called her racist for that. They called her racist, I don't know, because she's a racist. like, I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, if you hear this, just listen to this, right?
Look, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because,
like, I'm telling you, right? I'm just curious, right? I'm like, what do you think? Like, whether or not, like, we can delineate. Is she really a racist? Does she really have racist intent? Right? Sure, we can delineate that. I believe she does. But, like, I mean, it's pretty obvious why people are calling you a racist, because you're saying shit like that. You've been saying shit like that for a while now. Like, so I'm just like, the idea that they would lie about it in such a stupid way, to me, is just, it's indicative that they're lying on purpose. Like, Andrea Kasparian is just lying on purpose. Kasparian noted that the progressive movement she has been in for years has taken a dark turn, such as the open hatred of white people, which, again, does not exist, and explained that she is against racial hatred in all forms. Now, what does exist? There are black people. It's true. There are black people. They're real. They do really exist. And they sometimes make jokes about white people. It's true. The rumors are true, everyone. Now, does that mean that every black person who makes a joke about white people has open hatred of them and wishes for their ill will or death to the whitey or whatever? Now, are there some people that would say that? Sure. But is that like a movement? Is there like a black nationalist movement that wants to like exterminate the white race and take over the country? Like, can you point to this? Where do they have power? Where are they rallying? Like, you'd think if that existed, we would actually know about it. Instead, what it is black people who make jokes about white people that oftentimes are based in reality. Like, oh man, white people, pretty racist on average. Yeah, all right. So now again, when you are not in a power position and you attack a group that is in a power position, right, it is different from a group in a power position attacking a group not in a power position. Now let's remove race from this and talk about religion, right? If I said people that believe in God are stupid, which I do believe, if you believe in Jesus, I believe you are a dumb person, and, you know, we can debate this later, but I'm just using this as an example, right? It is less offensive than someone who does believe in God in a Christian theocracy saying, oh, all gay people are sinners and sinners go to hell for all eternal and suffering for forever, right? Those are different things. One is in a power position. One controls government. One doesn't pay taxes. One is about 70% of the population. The other one is it edgy? Sure, maybe. But they're not in a power position. When I say if you believe in Jesus, you're a dumb motherfucker, I'm not in a power position. Is it edgy? Sure. Is it rude? Maybe. Could you call it open hatred? Possibly. But it's different than the power group, I don't know, let's say drafting legislation that says, oh, it's my religious belief that gay people are evil and I can't serve you at my restaurant. Like, I'm just like, we live in a Christian theocracy where you're allowed to go to school and be taught the Bible in a public school in a country that has a constitution that has separation of church and state. But you can still go to school and be force-fed the Bible. Whereas I'm just saying, right, like, the flattening of power dynamics here is only something that some dumb motherfuckers can come up with. Quote, at the center of all of this, I've been doing this shit for like 17 years and things have gotten worse. And I just don't think whatever strategy the left thinks they're engaging in is an effective strategy. I think it's actually caused more harm than good. Now again, no specifics. What are the specifics? A black person called me racist and I'm gonna lie about why they did it. And that's it. Oh, and a conversion therapy advocate, by the way. He was punished because someone said, I disagree on the internet. That's a punishment. Quote, I think their rhetoric and their discourse is a lot of times ignorant of the facts, and I think that they go around accusing people of doing things that they themselves engage in, and I was a part of it too. I'm trying to do better moving forward. Now, I will say I do agree with that. I think that is a thing that is not a left thing. It's just a human thing. Humans in general are dumb. I personally believe at least 90% of the population dumber than dog shit. That's my belief. You can consider me elitist, you can consider me classist, whatever you want to fucking throw at me, whatever. I think at least 90% of America is just dumber than dumpster dog shit. Okay, that's just my opinion. And most people will lie about things or say things and repeat things that they've never actually verified for themselves, because that's just what most people do. They're dumb. They're just dumb. Humans are stupid, right? And so the idea of like that you would apply that to like a left versus right, and it's just the left that does that. Like the idea, like Anna Kasparian's been in the media for 17 years. She knows that the right lies all the time. But she, like, let's imagine, like, in her world, okay, the left lied to her once, whatever that means. Whatever it means, the left lying, whatever that means, right? So the left lied to her, all of a sudden that means the right isn't lying? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I will tell you, I'm pretty disillusioned with left media. I will be the first to say, I think the left media is a joke. I think the left media does lie. But I'm not gonna go, oh, the left media lied to me. Let's see what fucking goddamn Nick Fuentes is up to. Let's see what, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like the idea, oh, I felt lied to, so let's go to another liar. It doesn't make sense unless you understand she's lying and it's all part of a grift action that she's doing. It's all part of a cringe tour, everybody. But again, I'm telling y'all, feel free to continue debating it, but you give Anna another year in the pressure cooker that is the Young Turfs, and that show is going to get a lot more fun to watch, let me tell you. It's not going to be informative. I mean, it isn't anymore anyway, but it's going to be a lot more fun to watch. You put Anna and Jank in a pressure cooker for another year, ooh, shit's going to get interesting. So I got one more thing I want to talk about today. And before we get started, I want everyone to, once again, I'm very close to being monetized on my second channel. I'm a world record speedrunner of the best video game that's ever been made. If you've never played Doom, you're uncultured. You're literally not even a human. Play the game. But also, I'm very close to being monetized. If you watch a video or two, you know, I need watch time. I've hit the subscriber threshold, right? So I just need watch time. Click a video or two. Help me out. You know, do me a fucking favor. You know, consider it. Be considerate and considerate. Am I right, people? Retro Boomer, we have a disagreement of terms. I believe what you're saying is accurate and what I'm saying is accurate, but it's about expression, right? She's always had these awful takes, you're right, but she was afraid to say them in public. So when we talk about her pivoting to the right, what we mean by that is she's expressing her beliefs in a different way. But I agree with you, and I think that what both of us are saying are not mutually exclusive. Da Freak says, you said you were loopy today. It's been fire as usual. Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let me collect my bowl. Give me a second here. All right. So I want to start this off by telling you to basically just go watch a different video, right? Like, you know, I have my own opinion here on this whole thing. But I just want to start off by telling you this video is not going to be as interesting as this video on the Letter Hack's channel. The Letter Hack, who I consider a friend of the show, right, did a 3-hour program with a group of TYT chat mods that resigned in protest. So I just want to let everyone know, before I get into it, go watch this video instead of this one, and or go watch it first. If you haven't seen this yet, just go watch it. There's some good information in there. Hey, you know, you all know, 3 hours? Hey, I don't have time for 3 hours, right? That's 90 minutes. Boom, I just saved you an hour and a half of your life. 2x that shit, okay? Throwing that out there. But for those of you that are uninitiated, the Young Turks, also known as the Young Turfs, basically the way they operate is they do live streams on various platforms, right? And those live streams have chat rooms that at one point, I guess, to my understanding, was unmoderated. Now, I say this, I have an unmoderated chat. I think it's kind of cool, so I'm just throwing that out there. Hey, that's my opinion. But then people said, hey, I wouldn't mind donating my time to have the chat be usable, right? And so, to my understanding, a group of people decided that, all right, we're going to step up and we're going to make the chat a fun place to be. They had a lot of friends. They had a lot of fun. All that good stuff. But this is an interesting aspect of streamer culture, right? Is that people that do streams and YouTube and all this, like artists online, right, will let people become moderators for the chat, and it's often associated with no money, right? And one of the reasons I don't have, and I'm going to get in, they released the resignation letter. I'm going to read this in a moment here. Just give me a break for a second. But the reason I don't use mods or have mods in my chat is because what happens when you have mods is it creates unnecessary power dynamics, in my opinion. Now, again, I have a 50 viewer stream on average, not a thousands of viewer stream on average. If I had a thousands of viewer stream on average, I just wouldn't use the chat. That's okay. I'm just, but one of the problems with the situation with the Young Turks is you have, and hey, it may be, just bear with me. You have a group of people that really enjoy an artist online, a network, if you will, and they feel like they're a part of a movement and they want to participate. And I'm going to call it what it is. It's a parasocial relationship. And streamers often take advantage of parasocial relationships. I say this having been a streamer since I was very young. I started streaming when I was 16 years old, and I've had multiple different points in this career, if you will. And I definitely am very familiar with how parasocial relationships form. Someone feels the desire, oh, I like what you do, I want to help you do it free of charge. Now, when someone has like 43 viewers and they're playing Diablo and they got 2 chat mods and they're like their friends or whatever, and like 1 or 2 trolls comes in and it's like maybe they're doing like a competition and they can't, that's a whole different story. But the Young Turks, right, what it is a large multi-millions of subscribers and viewers multimedia conglomerate. That's what it is, right? And that is not the same thing as your average streamer that has like 12 viewers and they're like playing retro games on Twitch. That is not the same as my stream that has 50 viewers, right? Where I'm just sitting here talking and I'm not, you know, if someone says something stupid, I can just ban them instantly, right? So what these people did at the Young Turks is they basically took advantage of a parasocial relationship that they had with the viewers, and instead of treating them like equals or employees or, you know, people that are providing them value, they treat them in a way, oh, we're giving you the privilege of being able to work for us for free. Now, again, I'm just calling it out. This is what... Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, okay? I have thought this exact thing for a long time, and I know a lot of the TYT mods that watch me have, you know, they've been watching me for a while. This has been my opinion the whole time, but, you know, maybe I was too nice before. But, so TYT is taking advantage of a parasocial relationship with viewers to get them to do free work for them. And basically, what that culminates in is a bunch of people who essentially can just, like, they feel the desire to put in as much time as they can because they feel like at some point they might get something out of it. Right? And again, this is human nature. I'm just saying, like, this is how we all think, whether or not we want to or not. You know, we are all default. We are thinking, oh, if I do this, maybe at some point I can do something else. It's climbing the ladder, right? I get it, okay? But the reality of the situation is that people were used and abused, and they basically just wasted their time. Like, I mean, now again, we can say, oh, well, time wasn't wasted. We met friends along the way. That's all great, right? But essentially, right, as far as the Young Turks is concerned, it's a revolving door. They're just going to get the next batch of parasocial obsessed weirdos. No offense to anyone watching. That's how they view you, right? That's how a streamer would view someone who's willing to put in 8 hours of free work for them. I'm just telling you what they're thinking, okay? So they're just going to get the next batch, and it's just going to be a revolving door, okay? With that being said, it is important to understand that it is a brave thing to do, right? If you are not an artist online, some people call them content creators. I loathe that term. But if you're not an artist online, right, and you want to be, let's say you're aspiring to be, right? Like, it makes sense. Oh, well, where do you want to start? Well, I'm, you know, a high-ranking chat member of the Young Turks community, right? Like, so people want to, like, you know, they want to be in that position. It's a power position. They can gain things from it. As well as, now, my opinion, moderation should be a job that no one wants to do. It should be janitorial duty. That's my opinion. But a lot of people understand that, and it is the way it works, that when you become a moderator, people view you with authority. You have a higher place in the hierarchy, right? And so at any point, when you have someone who is not at the bottom tier of the hierarchy, now they're close to the bottom, but not the absolute bottom tier of the hierarchy, it is difficult to convince someone to make a move that makes them go down a rung on the ladder. Typically, people are groomed from a young age to believe that they should be endlessly climbing the corporate ladder, right? You should always be taking, you know, opportunities to climb the ranks, right? So when someone goes out of their way to purposefully downgrade themselves, I personally believe it's always worth listening to that. And so I want to read their letter here. It's not too long. It's 2 pages, so I'm just going to read the whole thing. And we're going to see directly what they have to say. But again, also, you should go watch the live stream they did with the letter hack. But let's jump into the subject at hand. So, letter to TYT owner, staff, and volunteers. We are sorry to say that we're resigning from providing TYT with our unpaid labor. We had agreed to moderate for Strong Progressive Channel, who had strong core values. Over the past year, hosts, mostly on the main show, have allowed their own core values to slip, making us question whether they even have those as values. Now, I'm going to tell you they never did. I'm just going to sit here and tell you they really never actually gave a shit about that. I'm just, you know, Jenk and Anna especially, they didn't give a fuck about any of this shit. That's my opinion. Some specific ones include every action we take is to support our mission. We participate with positive and productive attitude We are inclusive and we lead by example. We participate in constructive communication. We check our ego at the door and we act with dignity. Now, obviously, the Young Turks main show does not do that. I mean, like that. I mean, I'm just throwing that out. Like, they haven't done that for, I don't know, a long time now. Like, but again, you know, if this is what they profess to say, right? This is their words. This is what they are claiming, right? I'm always a fan of using someone's words against them. Every action we take is to support our mission. The mission is to boldly pursue truth, challenge the establishment, and drive positive change. Now, again, Young Turks, not really doing that, right? But again, the moderators are doing that. So the moderators resigning. Now, we can argue, now, again, I'm not, you know, we can argue that this is actually them leading the core values, right? Like, hey, the core values that we were told are the values when you gave us the fucking mod badge or whatever. Now we're doing it. Oh. All of a sudden, it's a big deal. I gotta fucking... Okay. We fail to see how bad-mouthing, insulting, and belittling the unhoused helps to drive any form of positive change, or how it challenges the establishment. Corporate media and the wealthy look down on the unhoused, and Anna's anti-homeless rant is in direct support of that mission failure to provide any ideas on how to help that don't include barbaric measures, only dogpiling onto those problems that the unhoused have across the nation by furthering negative stereotypes in the opposite of positive change for that community. Now again, and again, manufacturing consent theory, I will never be there, but if I had a show that millions of people listen to, right, I'm trying to, like, imagine what world I would spend that platform, like, ranting and raving that homeless people exist. Like, I'm just like, millions of people listen to me, I'm gonna talk about how much I hate homeless people. Like, I'm trying to, like, if I had millions of people that listen to me, you know what I'd be talking about? I'd be talking about COVID every day. I'd be talking about food. I'd be talking about, like, fucking the corn industry. I'd be talking about drugs. You know, I wouldn't be talking about how much I hate homeless people. I'm just saying, like, but again, manufacturing consent theory. My nose is, like, so itchy right now. Calm down, okay? We participate with a positive and productive attitude. Failure to learn from one another and having an understanding attitude is what leads to issues like Anna's recent transphobic remarks and her birthing person meltdown. She's refusing to learn from the immense pushback from the community and former fellow hosts such as Benny and Sandy. For those of you that don't know, Sandy Lovas, aka Left of the Box, not gonna lie, never heard of them before, but I met them on the Letter Hack show about a week ago or so. And they apparently were a TYT contributor, but left a couple of months ago. Obviously seeing the writing on the wall here, you know. You know, subscribe. Someone, actually I don't have links enabled, but just look up Left of the Box, I believe is the channel name. Those positive hosts who help others outside of those communities understand and gain more insight. To leave the network punishes the audience by taking away that knowledge and life experiences. By taking away that knowledge and life experiences. I don't know. This S here. I don't know about this S. I'm just saying this S here is driving me nuts. Hey, I didn't put it there. We are inclusive. How can one be inclusive if they fail to learn from their mistakes, apologize for the lack of knowledge, and grow as a person? Anna clearly stated during an interview on another show, I'm uncomfortable talking with non-white people. Hey, I'm just going to play the clip. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of this one.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or I'm afraid of, like, talking to people who are outside of my race because...
Like, I'm just saying. Like, why would anyone ever say that? Why would anyone ever say that? Like, on the list of things that no one should ever say. Oh, fuck. Look, it's happening live. Look at this shit. Oh, my God. All right. Yo, 1984. 1984, motherfuckers. All right, this is some 1984 shit. You just saw this happen live. fucking George Orwell, it would be rolling in his grave right now, motherfucker. All right, let's keep going. That is the least inclusive statement I have ever heard. Core tenets of progressive politics include fighting for the oppressed, especially when it's unpopular. We act based on values, not what polls well. Now, this is the big thing I have a problem with the Young Turks, is they basically, their entire politics is like, right? Like, that's their entire politics, okay? And, like, that's it. Like, who was just in the room with me and what did they say? Those are my politics, right? I personally, my politics are a little bit more advanced. You know, I've maybe, I don't know, thought about it a little bit more than they have. But hey, that's just me. It's incredibly harmful to marginalized groups like non-binary folks to not be included in language that directly affects us. This is inherently regressive and exclusionary. We lead by example while moderating. All of us had to get the chat under control over statements made by hosts. This tends to happen on the main show more than any other show. I apologize, I'm high as fuck. More than any other TYT live chat. The hosts make comments that are exclusive, sexist, racist, and transphobic, while TYT being such a large platform and having a far reach, these toxic statements and views are heard by the viewers who start to believe them. Now, I just want to say this. Over the last week, I've made a couple, 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos on the Young Turks. You may have seen them. And I've been getting so many TYT fans that are telling me, the Young Turks is right. You leftist TRAs are crazy. Why are TRAs so obsessed with having civil rights? You leftists are crazy. Like, this is like, these are people that self-proclaim TYT fans, right? So, like, what's happening is they're basically giving TYT fans that may have underlying transphobia that they haven't worked through a free pass. Oh, well, fuck. I mean, the home of progressives hates trans people too, so fuck it. Yeah. Trans women are men, bro. LMAO! Oh my god, 1984 part 2. It continues to perpetuate harmful stereotypes and pushes the network to the right, not the left. We understand that not everyone will be in the same space. We understand that not everyone will be in the same space, and we need to meet people where they're at. How can we meet someone who doesn't want us to meet them, but just wants to pull us toward them? This has been making the network exclusionary to fellow leftists and those who are dipping their toe into a progressive sphere. There is a worry about the main show hosts being stuck in their own echo chamber with an H, to the point where they can no longer lead by example. Now, I'm willing to say that they have not been able to lead by example for a while, but hey, that's my opinion. We participate in constructive communication, quote, we work actively to spread mutual respect, to dampen aggression and distrust. We work outward and cohesively, not inward and divisively. We need diversity in our community and strive for it. I understand wanting to be an ally, but if you don't listen to those from the community you're trying to ally yourself with and try to understand why what you said was hurtful or wrong, that is on them for refusing to participate in those conversations. Now, again, Cenk and Anna, literally, they were offered an on-air debate with the, at that point, only transgender contributor left, right? And then Cenk decided, I'm going to just call you dumb on the phone, and then did a show later that week saying trans rights activists are stupid, right? So they've been consistently shutting down debate, right? They've been consistently shutting down debate while claiming we love free speech, while claiming we're unfiltered, right? Didn't like Anna do a show called Unfiltered at some point? Like, she's... All right. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting where I am. Also, yeah, on the subject of being an ally, right? I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A week ago, right? A week ago, I had no clue that people actually, like, identified as an ally, as, like, a serious political position that they would defend even when they're not. Like, I'm just, like, I didn't know that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea that, like, cis people and straight people took that shit that seriously. Like, I'm, like, watching a lot of videos over the last week and seeing how people go, like, my track record, I'm an ally. I'm an ally. Right? Like, I mean, I didn't know that people took it that seriously, right? I just didn't know. So that's my opinion on ally. You don't listen to those from the community you're actually trying to ally yourself with and try to understand why what you said was hurtful or wrong. That is on them for refusing to participate in these conversations that need to happen to promote growth and help spread these values. Those, I should say. We check our ego at the door. There seems to be a serious ego problem with Cenk and Anna on the main show. Neither is able to check their ego and allow themselves to be wrong, or to even be able to confront the possibility of them being wrong. Within 3 months, Anna went from not having an issue with trans people to saying that they're uppity. She has been in the media long enough that it's hard to believe that she just got swayed by someone else's talking points. Now, I will say it is not hard for me to believe. I believe Anna's a dumb bitch. I also believe Cenk is a dumb bitch. I believe that most people at TYT, I'm not going to lie to you, they don't have much to offer. That's just my opinion. But Cenk and Anna, especially, the dumb bitches of the dummiest bitches, okay? I'm just throwing that one out there. That's just my opinion. I am not speaking on behalf of these people. I'm just reading the goddamn letter, okay? Talking points. Someone else's talking points. Despite this and the pushback she gave, the saddest non-apology, there was only lacking a ukulele. Y'all, I can't with this shit. And placed blame on Twitter, saying that people pushed Benny to quit. None of us have seen anyone talking about Benny leaving or needing to leave due to transphobia. Now, I will say, I have said that. Now, you know, I've got a lot of people that have said that they're accusing me of being the Twitter activist here. Now, I personally don't believe that. I don't believe that Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur have really ever talked about me or looked at what I had to say. That said, Anna did block me. And, you know, but, hey, I don't know. I have been saying if you work at TYT, you should quit. I made a video, not last Friday, but the Friday before that, saying if you work at TYT, you should stand up and or quit. So I just want to say, you know, semi-responsible. I'm just taking a little bit of credit for that one. And I just, like, pressed the button and opened a program I didn't mean to open. So, whoops. None of us have seen anyone talking about Benny leaving or needing to leave due to transphobia. Anna is refusing to take responsibility for her own actions and statements. But that's the more important thing, right? Is saying that someone would leave just because some random person on Twitter told them to, versus, you know, she did not take any acknowledgement whatsoever at all. Like, Anna was just saying, man, like, the Twitter mob, the woke mob, basically just forced her to quit, right? When, as the leader of the woke mob, okay? I'm the motherfucking leader of the woke-ass mob, bitch, all right? I'm telling you, like, that did not happen. Now, I just want to be honest with everyone. I don't know Benny. We follow each other on Twitter. That's it. I've never spoken to her in any way. I just made videos that, like, loosely referenced her, right? And even with that in mind, right, she is her own person. She can make her own decision. The idea that Anna would just, like, Anna knowing that Benny has repeatedly asked to have an on-air conversation, knowing that Cenk and herself have refused to have that on-air conversation, instead of acknowledging that, just blaming random people on Twitter, I don't know, man, that's just funny to me. We act with dignity, refusing to own up to your own actions, statements, and the shows you go on and the topics you discuss is a lack of dignity. If you want to go on another podcast and state that you don't like being around or talking with anyone who isn't white, but you refuse to say it on your own show, you have no... That's the other thing. Like, I am waiting. Like, I'm telling you, Cenk and Anna 1 year from now, that's going to be fun. But, like, I'm telling you, the moment she says, like, I'm afraid to talk to black people on TYT, that's going to be fun to watch. I'm going to tell you right now, that is going to be fun to watch. Okay? Wow. And you don't care about the communities you're talking about. Thank you for your understanding. We hope that this will help wake up either the hosts or the chat to these right-wing talking points and hatred that is currently being spewed on the main show. And this is signed by Vitingale, Lindsay Robb, Adrian Vixen, Roller Dragon, Goddess 4 Wins, 4 with a U in it, Forbezilla, 0PE, John Ross, and Spectraphonic. So shout outs to them. I will also say that I have poached some viewers here. We got some of them in the chat, so what's up? Stealing viewers from the Young Turks. You know, I'm just throwing that out there. But I personally think it's a decent letter. I think it's good. I mean, you know, we saw some live 1984, like, this is literally like Stalin airbrushing out that one guy from the photograph. Like, we saw that happening. But I think it's pretty good. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that the Young Turks is even going to read it. I don't think Cenk or Anna are even going to read it or even know this exists. And why is that? Because it goes back to they don't value anyone in the chat. They don't value you at all. They never did. They never will. And they never will value the next group of sorry saps that are going to take your spot. Right? And I'm just like, they don't even know your names. They don't care about you really at all. Like, you may have, like, talked to, like, someone that worked there on the phone a couple times, man. But I'm telling you, they're not going to say a thing. They don't give a fuck. And that's why, you know, we have to spread the word on small channels, right? You know, like myself, like the Letter Hack. Again, watch the Letter Hack's full 3-hour live stream for more information, of course. Because the Young Turks is the establishment. They are the establishment. They are the corporate Democrats of YouTube. So, someone's got to talk shit about them. And, you know, I'm down to lead the charge. I got nothing else to do, so what are you going to do? But anyway, I think the root cause, if I can have any takeaway here, is that this is what happens when artists online will weaponize parasocialism. And the idea that a multi-million-dollar corporation can't pay people to spend 8 hours sifting through neo-Nazi garbage, because that's really what being a chat mod to a stream that has like 50,000, or I don't know how many viewers they have, 5,000, 50, I don't even know what their concurrent average is. But like basically what it amounts to is just like looking at people say the N-word over and over again and then deleting it, right? So like, I don't know, man, like, I don't know, you got scammed. You got taken advantage of. It sucks. But the best thing we can do is to try to prevent anyone else from being taken advantage of. So that's why I support this. And again, at any moment when someone is purposefully going down on the ladder, when they are purposefully resigning from a power position, that is always something that I think is interesting to look at. So regardless of any of this, but so shout outs to the mods that quit, and I am now taking applications. So by the way, you will get $0 and you will like it. Anyway, that's the show. Everyone go subscribe and watch some of my Doom runs. Trying to get paid over there. Hey, Max, dog. You're being a puppy, aren't you? Look at him. Hey, Max. Are you a puppy? Oh, you got a tennis ball. Look at this. Wow. Wow, that's so cool, Max. That's a nice tennis ball. All right. Yeah, that's my show. That's all I got. Q-Cock, everybody. Queries, comments, or concerns. Q-Cock. Lay 'em on me. Someone said in the chat earlier that one of Nina Turner's producers was quitting. That's good news. Someone definitely, like, send me the info when that happens. Oh fuck, we got Spectraphonic. Oh, all the famous motherfuckers are here. Holy shit, cock. and balls. Doom sucks. Play Iron Brigade. You know what, Retro Boomer? I've had enough of your shit. Your little, your little cock-sucking bullfuck that you're posting in here. Oh, you're voting for Joe Biden. Oh, look at me. I'm Retro Boomer. I got fucking, like, liver disease. Oh, look at me. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Did I stream Fallout? I don't like streaming, Rialan. I'm playing video games for my own entertainment. I don't like streaming. Like, it's just that simple. Has Emma talked about it? I hope Emma has realized that Anna Kasparian is not her friend. Like, that's like, I'm telling you, like, and again, all due respect, I like Emma's work on MR, but I'm telling you, like, one thing that I have that almost no one else in this space that you may be familiar with has is I don't have any attachments and I don't give a fuck. Everyone else is like, oh, I know these people. Oh, these people, I work there. Oh, these are my friends. I do shows with them. Everyone else has this like little bullshit where they walk on eggshells all the time. I don't have that. If someone says something stupid, I'll call them out. I don't care. So. And there's pros and cons with that. Like, the cons are that I have plateaued and I will never get any more popular. And the pros are that, I have my mental health quality is improved. You couldn't blow out an empty bag with a double-barrel shotgun. You little piece of fuck. I just want to say I'm sorry, Retro Boomer. I didn't mean to offend you. I noticed that they haven't responded yet. Probably died laughing. Am I right? Someone is on Jackson White's stream and just asked about all this. I don't know who that is. Supposedly on Thursday show during the fun house. Yeah, if someone wants to send me a clip, I'll watch it. Play games while doing the news. I don't wanna. For those of you that don't know, I used to be a video game streamer when I was younger. And I used to do nothing but streaming video games. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like doing it. So, I've tried, every once in a while, maybe. But it causes me intense pain and suffering. I don't know. I know I'll stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, and I know there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Retro Boomer 2023. That's going to be on your gravestone, motherfucker. TYT contributor? Yeah, well. You gotta tell them what the scoop is. Can I put on the crown? And I only wear the crown on the birthdays. It's a one single-use item. I apologize. I'd rather get like a fucking fancy hat and like a pinstripe suit for that kind of joke. He has to take 80 medications every 15 minutes. Who's he? Who's he? Retro Boomer? Do you think Jank is internally freaked out business-wise? No. I don't think he cares at all. Personally, I think this is probably good for business. Like, if someone like John Idarola stepped down, then yeah. But, so Lilo and Stitch told me the 18th, right? $500 super chat. How come I never got a $500 super chat? Come on, guys. Give me a fucking month's rent already, for Christ's sake. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Lilo and Stitch told me the 18th. Then this motherfucker DM'd me yesterday and said, sorry, we're gonna have to do a different day. But didn't give me the fucking different day. So, personally, we'll see. Yo, the fucking Latinx discourse to me is like one of the dumbest fucking discourses in the whole world. Like, who fucking gives a fuck if someone wants to say Latinx? Like, I cannot, like, because I remember, like, TYT was making video after video about that shit, like, what, 2 years ago? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who fucking cares? Like, first of all, do you know anything about Spanish? Like, Spanish is a very gendered fucking language. So, of course, non-binary people would want some sort of alternative, right? Like, I just, like, it's like, to me, is just like it shows like they don't know fucking anything. They don't know anything about anything. They're just fucking stupid. They're just dumb. Like TYT, like I'm telling you, Jank and Anna are just fucking dumb. They're fucking like they got a low IQ. Like, you know, fuck. I'll tell you, my politics are guided by my grievances as well. But my grievances are not, oh, trans people are allowed to live. I'm so mad. That's not my grievance, you know. My grievance is like, you know, with things that matter. You know, like capitalism. What candidates will Anna and Jank be supporting in the future? I mean, their most recent endorsement was like a Republican mayor for fucking LA, right? So. Andrea, why go on conservative channels? I think it's fun. Sometimes. I'll be honest with you, I think it's more fun to go on a conservative show than a show with someone who I agree with. I'm just, to be honest with you, like, the troll inside of me just kind of loves it. Anna's just getting started. That's what I'm saying. You put this show in a pressure cooker. 1 year from now, we're going to have, like 1 year from this point, right, we're going to have a whole host of very entertaining videos to watch, right? Like, Lilo and Adam guys are backing out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm just telling you. This is, when I've been disinvited from so many shows, you know, people like, this is my interpretation, and feel free to view it as pretentious. But my interpretation is people invite me on their show. They think I'd be an easy target. I'm not an easy target, right? And then they get cold feet. So, like, I went on this guy named Destiny's show, right? And he, like, his internet, like, turned off in the middle of our conversation, right? And then he said, oh, don't worry, we'll talk again after I go to the gym or whatever. Never messaged me back. Why? Well, because he thought I would be an easy target. I pwned his bitch ass, right? He pretended his internet shut down and then said he would add me back in. Never did. Why? Because I don't know. Hey, lived experience. So feel free to say it's a little pretentious, and maybe it is, but I've been through this song and dance a lot of people thinking I'm an easy target because I'm trans or whatever. Whatever it is, I don't know. I will paste that URL code. Got it later. Yeah, y'all have 8 hours to watch my show now. Think about that. If issues you're politically passionate about do not directly affect you, does that mean you have a savior complex or are compassionate and empathetic? I think it depends. It's a savior complex if, like, you're like an Anna type, like, or a Jenk. Jenk maybe more than Anna at this point, of like, you know, the trans people, you're so selfish because what you're really doing is letting Republicans kill trans people by being aggressive, or, you know, like, that's the savior complex kind of territory. Whereas if someone who's cis is just like, yeah, I'm willing to go to a protest and I'm willing to defend trans people, I'm willing to step in front if, you know, fucking one of these Patriot Front kind of guys starts charging a Pride March, I'm willing to step in front. Like, that is compassion, empathy, right? Yeah, Brooke H has definitely been singing the demise of TYT in my chat for a while. I'll be honest though, like, I just don't watch them. Like, I you know, maybe every like couple years I'd check them out for like a week or two, subscribe, see what they're up to, unsubscribe. You know, I think it's interesting to just see what that channel's up to, but I don't really watch them. But yeah, like, Brooke H has been telling me a lot about the bull for sure. Yo, Daft Freak, what the fuck are you talking about, my man? Yeah, like, Jenk's argument is that being a trans activist is simultaneously, like, clout chasing, but then also making you unpopular. So making yourself unpopular also makes you popular? Oh. They have you on thinking you're an easy target, and then, when they're in front of you, they start to fall in love with you and have to rethink their whole political ideology and life, and they panic. Now, that's probably true. I have no reason to disbelieve that. You're talking a lot of ish today. Well, you better be sorry. Yeah, and I will let y'all know, if anyone wants to just hate watch TYT for me, if you give me a clip or whatever, I don't mind making a video. Like, I don't give a shit. I love shitting on dummies, you know. When Jimmy Dore was going on his cringe tour, I had a lot of fun with that too. Like, the thing about my show is, one, I think most people are stupid, and I love making fun of stupid people. So that's one of my core values. We're talking about core values. That's one of my core values. I hate stupid people, and also most people are stupid. TRAs are radical trans rights activists. Those uppity trans people, you know, the ones that want rights. Oh my god. Yeah, the thing about Destiny is Destiny doesn't listen, right? Anastasia says, you did well on Destiny's practice at guiding convos. You successfully reframed things multiple times. Yeah, but that's the other thing, is he also doesn't listen, right? And I realized that he didn't listen to anything I said, like, really quickly. So, I think that's just funny. I don't know. It's just funny when you're debating someone and they don't listen to anything you're saying. But, you know, obviously he's got a whole grift he's doing, so I respect it. Respect the hustle. If Benny wants to come on my show, then I'm down. So, feel free to send out the feelers. TYT chat is currently disabled. That's awesome. Someone go verify that. Alright, it's just routine procedure. I understand. Yo, I gotta get a 24/7 stream going. I've done so much content. I can do a 24/7 stream. Fuck. I'm gonna fucking sneeze any second here. I understand. I got you. Sister soldier moment. I buy it. Hello, Jane Doe. What's up? This is the problem, like, with having a semi-active stream. You know what I gotta start doing? I gotta start doing what those other shows do, where they force you to give money for me to fucking interact with you. You know, this is one of my problems, you know, is I don't do that, like, you have to give me money. Super chats, everybody. Super chats, and I'll answer your questions. Like, I gotta start doing that shit more. Come on, man. There's a business here. Fuck. They disabled the chat on the 24-hour stream when they launched it as a test. They didn't tell anyone, but I found the stream. Okay, that's interesting. Got some historical. By the way, I'm just high as shit. Like, I just want everyone to understand, like, I have fully consumed my brew. So I am not on planet Earth. Letter hack, hit me up. I have a lot of experience with that. For those of you that don't know, I used to be a member, if you will, of the speedrun community. A bunch of nerds who play video games. And one thing that nerds who play video games do, at least did, I don't know if they do it anymore, is we would do like a bunch of 24-hour live streams. There were charity fundraisers. And I used to administrate and produce a bunch of those. I've done like fucking 30 or 40 back in the day. So I'm very well aware of how to do that kind of shit, and I haven't done it in a while. GDQ is garbage. I mean, GDQ is like the corporate Democrat version of speedrunning, so they're trash. But there's a lot of other like actually good stuff. I'm staying in TYT chat until my membership to Rashad expires on the 13th. I'll be banned unintentionally. Yeah, I get a lot of people hyping up Rashad Richie or whatever in my chat. I never watched the guy, but like all I need to hear is like, oh, Christian, and also has completely ignored the recent drama. All right, I mean, hey. You'd make a ton more money, but then you never... Don't worry, Retro Boomer. I'll give you the fucking... The fast pass, you know, like at the fucking theme park. Did I rocket launch boost for my Sepid runs? Yeah, I did rocket launch boost. Absolutely. GDQ is a bunch of family-friendly PG fucking garbage. Their inside jokes suck. The fucking leadership sucks. Trust me, you know, I get it. I understand. But I know these people, at least historically. The people that founded GDQ, I mean, I'm telling you this right now. I don't know what their current setup is. But as of like 10 years ago, a lot of money laundering was happening. And I'm just letting you know. And I get it. I get it, right? You know, it blew up. But there was a lot of the money that they raised for charity that did not end up going to charity. And that to me, I don't know. I don't know what their current activities are. So just to be clear. But back in the day, 2014, 2013, 2015, there was a lot of issues with that. So, but also, it's not just the GDQ problem. A lot of charity streamers will do that. Well, they'll have like a fucking whitelist for overhead, but like they'll charge way more for overhead than necessary, you know, that kind of shit. Riolon, 70s R's. Notice me, senpai. Nah. You want to speedrun, but you're so ass at Doom. You just gotta keep trying. Yeah, I don't really know Brett Elric either. I don't, like, that's the thing, is I never really watched TYT that much. Like, I maybe, like, watched a couple videos here and there, like, over the years. But, yeah, I know he's, like, the fucking guy that does, like, the show where he drinks beer or some shit. Like, I don't know. Hey, no comment. I got nothing. I never watched this show, so I'm just speaking out my ass. Soul Life, welcome to Very Cool. Retro Boomer, cool, says potato. I like potatoes. $5 from Lady L Day. I'm broke, but I appreciate each time you answer one of my queries. Keep being your genuine self. Well, if you're broke, you shouldn't be giving me money. But thank you. I will happily accept the money from people that are poorer than me, if you want me to. But you know, thanks. Bref deleted his tweet. Yeah, I mean, just like how Anna Kasparian deleted her fucking... The civil rights movement was totally nonviolent tweet. You know? The crazy shit is that they said that to begin with, you know? Yo, no one told me that that was fucking Brett's wife in that letter hack stream saying some stupid ass shit that no one fucking said. Yo, someone told me, DM'd me after the stream was over, was like, did you know that that was Brett Elric's? Well, I don't know these people, but like this stupid fuckface bitch like comes into the fucking stream is like, why are you being so mean to like someone that no one's being mean to? It's like, why are you so mean? Everyone's mean. Oh my god. Ah! Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I thought that shit was funny as hell, but I didn't want to like... My thing was, I was totally, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I typed up some really offensive shit in the chat, but I didn't want to start a scene, because it's not my show, it's not my stream, I didn't want to start a scene. But, because I didn't know who it was, I just assumed it was a random person. Like, oh, it's just a random troll, I didn't know who that was. And I didn't want to start a shitstorm in someone else's stream chat, but now I regret it, I should have. Now that I know that she's like a TYT like related person and she's coming in there to fucking try to, you know, I should have, but no one told me. Y'all motherfuckers should have told me sooner. If y'all would have told me sooner. Anyway, I'm pretty much done here. I gotta pee. I'm hungry. I might take a nap. I'm not gonna be here on Friday. I may do a Wednesday show. Typically, I take Wednesday off, but I may do a Wednesday show to make up for Friday. I'm gonna tell you, Thursday, maybe I'm not gonna be here Thursday either. I might have to just, like, spend time doing other stuff, but I've got some fucking, like, family drama going on that is just, it's ridiculous. I don't want to be involved. It's the dumbest shit in the world, but I have to be involved, otherwise bad things will happen. And this is the first time I've left my COVID-safe house in 2 years, that I, since I've gone anywhere, at all. And I don't want to do it. I'm fucking nervous because my family members are fucking, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I'll have more to say later. But this weekend I got some fucked up shit to do, so. But, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? Thank you for doing a show today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was like planning on skipping today because I only slept 3 hours. But then I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are like, because I already know that y'all motherfuckers were already like waiting for this shit. I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't, So I was like this close to just not even doing it at all. But I was like, I gotta fucking do it, man. So I did it, and here it is. Do they live far away? Yeah, they live in New Jersey, which I do not. Reach out if I need anything. I mean, if I get COVID because of this shit, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I will be extraordinarily upset, like, if that happens. Because I'm pure-blooded. No COVID here. Thank you for the support. You're welcome. Thank you for the content. Thank you for the fucking content that I can put onto my fucking channel and make money. Yeah. How does that fucking feel? I'm making more money off of this shit than you ever did in years of fucking moderating the chat. Nah, I'm making more money than you ever got. Hey. Oh. Forbezilla, you're gonna have to fucking give me money if I'm going to play into this degradation kink of yours. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna fucking cost you. You know what I'm saying? If you end up stuck in a jail in Arizona, I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. Wear 3 masks. I will probably wear 5. I'm bringing purifiers. I'm bringing the whole thing, but how many New York accents can you do? I don't know. I've never cataloged any of that. It's just in my head. I don't even have names for it either. Like, it's just in my head. I can do voices, and there's no names for them. There's no categories for them. That's all it is. I've never been to New York. I've never even been there. I grew up in New Jersey, but never been to New York. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? I don't know. I'm so high, I keep falling asleep, man. Same. Forbezilla, nice try. Nice try. You gotta stick around for this one, you know? It's like shiny Pokemon, you know? One of these days, you keep trying, and you'll get them. Where the game is at. Where the game is at. Hmm? Just say something really dumb and she'll start with the dumb shit motherfucker. Yeah. Anna follows the weird people. Yo, get like a list. You get me a list and I'll make a video about it. Just, you know, why not? What part of New Jersey? I'm not the... Nice try. Not gonna get me that fucking easily. Not gonna get me that fucking easily, nah. But it's, I would say, if I were to give you any, it's like 45 minutes within Philadelphia. You should play the Hillary Poke. I gotta fucking... That's on my other computer. I have a new machine now since January, and I've, you know, lazy, capital L, capital Z, lazy. Haven't gotten the, that's why I haven't done them. Well, that, and, you know, I'm trying to change the vibe a little bit, but multifaceted. A speedrun Snake on my Nokia Yo. Excellent. Soul Life. I don't need this fucking bullshit, my man. The fuck is your problem? QCock. Questions and or queries. Comments or concerns? Yo, I'm gonna eat so much fucking Wawa, man. Fuck. I haven't had Wawa in 2 years. The last time I've been to New Jersey was 2 years ago. Close to. Like maybe like 20 months, something like that. I live in South Jersey. I vibe checked you. Soul Life? Nah. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. My favorite type of cheese? I'm not going to answer that question because I'm thinking about all the vegans out there that wouldn't want to hear my answer. Built an entire computer but can't plug in a hard drive. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I'll post the neoplasm I'm working on in the Doom chat. I'm working on neoplasm, you know, I just copy and paste. It's a really good fucking project. This bitch, this fucking little, like, member with the star and the green name. You know what this fucking guy does? He copies and pastes my motherfucking levels. I made levels. For those of you that don't know, not only am I a professional speedrunner, but I'm also a level designer. Really good. Highly rated. And this motherfucking bitch, Tetrasan, literally, like, opens up my levels, hits the copy button, pastes it into his own fucking bowl, right? And then says, these are my fucking levels. It's called Neoplasm. It's like, what kind of fucking name is Neoplasm? Oh, where did he get this name from? Like, from fucking Chat GPT for this uncreative fuck. This uncreative fuck. Nah, I don't do deathmatch. I'm not good at playing games with other people. Nah, it's all good, Tetra. I'm just giving you a hard time. We all gotta start somewhere. I get it. You know, I'll tell you this much. I did the same fucking shit when I started. When I started mapping, I was like fucking 11 or so when I started making levels for games. And yeah, you open something up and you modify it. That's how you learn. I gotcha. All I know is he does road construction. Should I pursue him? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Tetra's like -6 years old. What a fucking fuckface. Honestly, I should ban this motherfucker. But, hey. How do I feel about leaving the house? Not a fan. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like running on empty here. So, any minute now, this show's over. So, just brace for impact. Like, I only slept for 3 hours last night, and I just consumed, a mysterious drink that is now reaching my cannabinoid receptors. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I'm sorry. That's it. Get the fuck out of here. Actually, just kidding. Hold up. Stay. Everybody, I am working on Chex Quest, the penultimate breakfast, episode 5. So, episode 5, maybe I can get it out before I have to leave for the weekend. Maybe not. But Chex Quest is free. You can play this for free. Doom you have to pay for. So if you play my Doom levels, you have to pay for Doom. Chex Quest is freeware. You can download everything required to play my games for free. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, what other streamer have you ever watched that also makes video games? I'm telling you, like, none. I mean, I'm going to answer the question for you. 0. Why? Because they're a bunch of untalented fucks, okay? Anyway, play my games. That's all I got. Max the Dog is featured. So if you want to find rare Max the Dog photographs that have only ever been seen in the games, then you have to play them. But there you fucking go. There you fucking go.
Again, misinforming the audience is not something I have any interest in. Lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because
say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the really...
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
I
Sometimes
hate to say
I'm
this,
a little
but
scared or
those
had
with
like
the lowest IQ,
I'm
they might come back.
Okay, President
Very,
Trump.
I should say this, but those with the lowest IQ